Foul is called on number 12, Prince. His first personal foul, first team foul.
And you're not lying, Chris. This team's going to have to do it. That number's got to go up. 1-on-1's a good start. They walk by you. Defense here from NEO.
Big ball is called. Possession will stay with Cottonville.
That was one heck of a pump by Justin Taylor. Three defenders.
His first personal foul, first team foul.
NEO basketball. The freshman Kelly, who leads the team at 17 a game. He has already inside, goes up, passes in. 13 NEO has come out red hot. Here it goes. Ruth, looking to penetrate the defense. Griff with the ball. Back to Trent. Down by 5.
Red Raven Athletic Department, I'd like to thank the following corporate coaching club agencies who have given at the highest level to Red Raven Athletics this year. Acme Boundary, Windsor Place, Community State Bank, FCC Electric, Coffeyville Regional Medical Center, Coffeyville Resources, Coffeyville Secondhand, Design Done Limited, Dickey and Baba Roll, Sturple Outdoor Power, and Travel Lodge by Raven. These individuals and businesses, we say thank you.
And mattresses, economy to premium.
Red Raven fans, keep up with streaming Red Raven Athletics at RedRavenAthletics.com.
As well as 2 for Cooper. Buddy Jr. picked up a foul on that previous possession, going over the back on Rasheed Cooper. No. With the basketball, trying to find the lead, the boot for Ruth. Yeah,
Charles Caparazzo and Daniel Tomboy.
Tomboy, Caparazzo, Kemble, the 3 for the Raiders. We got it. The third check in for NEO.
I don't have Shay's food at all.
Going starter very Ravens down 2. Now a little bit less aggressive with the zone here for NEO. Ruth, Popovich winds up for 3 and left it a hair short. Caparazzo got a hand on it and he's going to be called for a foul. Charles Caparazzo called for an over the back. Second team foul against the Ravens. First on Charles. Gives the ball back to NEO. 13:36 to go. First half. NEO 18, Ravens 16. 4-1 Norsemen, 3-1 Ravens. Patrick Prince at the free throw line, guarded by Tomboy. Wilson guarded by Caparazzo. Now outside Van Kelly, back to Prince. Kicks to the corner, great look for James, and he drills it. Jimma James from downtown. NEO has been lights out from beyond the arc so far, and it's 21-16. Ruth. James in the air. Now Popovich fakes the shot. And the pass down low got to Tomboy. 10 to shoot. Ruth fakes the shot. Kemboy had it stolen. And now James coming the other way with space. Elevates and missed the layup. And a foul down low after the missed layup by Jimma James. They'll call the foul against Konstantin Popovich. And free throws coming for Van Kelly. So third team foul against Coffeyville. First free throw on its way and good. One more free throw here for NEO. And 1 out of 2. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by the Norseman. We'll see number 24, Chris Mason, the Tulsa freshman, checking in. 12:45 to go, first half. Ravens down by 6. Ruth brings the ball up. Swings it left to Kemboy. Ravens still trying to find some answers against this NEO defense. It's been a tough matchup so far for Coffeyville. Caparasso, that'll help. Lays it in at the cup. Caparasso's got his first 2 points of the afternoon. 22-18, up ahead, James. Caparasso cuts him off. Double team. Prince getting inside. Prince goes up, and they wave off the shot. It'll be a foul against the Ravens. That'll be on Kemboy.
His first personal foul, 14 foul.
James will inbound it, gets it to the freshman Mason. 22-18 NEO. Mason wants to go to work. Fading jump shot is short. Rebound Tomboy. Tomboy comes in at today 5th in the Jayhawk in rebounding. Ruth kicks it. Popovich, huge if it goes. And off the back of the iron. Would have cut it to 1. Obu pulls down the rebound. NEO, James for 3. Short. Rebound Caparasso. Both teams have cooled off a little bit after a red-hot start. 11:45 to go, first half. Ravens down by 4. 22-18. Tomboy gets it out to Popovich. Ruth now spinning, getting to the cup. And Trent Ruth lays it home. Trent Ruth now with 5 in this first half. Ravens back within 2. Obu had it stolen by Popovich. Constantine and 1. Ravens can take the lead. Obu with a foul in transition, and Popovich defense to offense. Coffeyville can retake the lead. Media timeout. Ravens have tied it up, and they're fired up coming to the bench. We're knotted at 22 and back in 60 seconds.
This is Meat Mountain, and up there on the summit awaits the all-new Filet-O-Lay Steak Bowl from Taco Mayo. A heaping bowl filled with Mexican favorites and literally erupting
here on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Konstantin Popovich will be at the free throw line trying to give the Ravens the lead after a great steal from Ronya Obu. Finished at the rim plus the harm. Ravens trying to score 7 unanswered points after it was a 6-point lead for NEO, but the free throw no good. We stay tied. Bringing it up now, new into the game, Seth Fitzgerald, the sophomore out of Atlanta for NEO. Works it left. This is LeBrie Williams, also new into the game. That one took. Is also new into the game. That one took. Is also new into the game. That one took. It's also new into the game. That one.
That was a questionable call.
Wilson, Tomboy trying to stay in front. Wilson goes up and missed it. Caporaso, one arms a rebound. Up ahead, Ravens can take the lead. Popovich, Kemboy. Down low, Tomboy, nice ball fake. Popovich steps into a deep three, and it's off the back of the iron. Popovich has been a little cold outside here to start the day. We're tied at 22, 10:45 to go first half. Justin Taylor back into the game for the Ravens. Taylor nearly took that one away. Wilson for three. Got it. Albert Wilson the third from downtown. NEO back on top with yet another three-pointer, 25-22. Kemboy back to Justin Taylor. Ravens working around the perimeter. Kemboy. Taylor, ball fake. Back to Kemboy. Ravens trying to penetrate. That one tipped, though, by Fitzgerald and run down by Justin Taylor. Great hustle by the sophomore point guard. Ravens keep the possession alive. Tomboy, baseline jump shot. Short. Rebound collected there by LeBrie Williams. This is Van Kelly, who's been their most dangerous player in this first half. Buddy Hammer currently on the bench for NEO, but they lead it by three. Seth Fitzgerald guarded by Popovich. Wilson down low to Tyson. Tries to attack. Three for Van Kelly is good. His fourth of the half. NEO with their seventh triple, and it's 28-22. Kemboy down low, Caporaso. Tries to get it to Tomboy. Foul before the shot. That'll be on Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald called for his first, and now Tyrell Smith will move into the game. In for Popovich. Taylor will inbound it. And finding Tyrell Smith. Ravens have 18 to shoot. Trailing 28-22. It's been a fun back and forth first half. Tomboy gets his defender in the air, but it's taken away by Albert Wilson. NEO has answered the Coffeyville run with a run of their own. They've scored the last 6 points and have the basketball. Fitzgerald. Wilson got it. Another three for NEO. That is number 8 in this first half for the Norsemen. They lead it by 9.
Surely they can't remain this hot the whole game, but wow, what a hot start so far.
Tomboy, ball fake, gets inside, goes at Tyson, blocked by Wilson. It will stay with the Ravens.
It almost seems like the basket is like 3 inches wider around for NEO, the way they're making their three.
Bounce play here. They get it to Kemboy. Tomboy. Working to the corner for Taylor. Got bumped. No foul call. Kemboy now slashing. Kicking it Tomboy. Extra pass Tyrell Smith. And that one off the back of the iron. Tomboy soars in and a foul.
Great hustle by Tomboy. Wow.
They took too long to call that foul. He got hit in midair.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were waiting for. But Kemboy will sub out. Brian Griffith back in for the Ravens. Griffith had a quick 6. I think Coach Herkelman realizing he's going to need some offense if he's going to keep up with the way this NEO team is shooting right now. Griffith had it poked and trying to get it back. Brian, it's still loose and stepped out of bounds to LeBrie Williams. Taylor, Griffith, Caporaso, Smith, and Tomboy, the 5 out there for the Ravens. Down by 9, 31-22, 8:24 to go, first half. Taylor, screen, attacking, Smith, great look for 3. Got it! Tyrell Smith from downtown. Much needed shot for the Ravens. Now LeBrie Williams coming the other way. Pull up jump shot, and it's off. Rebound Justin Taylor. Ravens trying to claw their way back. Down 6, Griffith. Back to Taylor. Taylor fouled by Wilson. And now the Ravens will be in the bonus for the rest of the half. That's the 6th team foul against NEO.
Both teams playing like every possession matters, Chase. This is incredible.
Buddy Hammer Jr., Jimma James back into the game. That's the top two guys for NEO. So it's Fitzgerald, James, Van Kelly, Hammer, and Williams. A very athletic five out there right now for the Norsemen. Smith, nice kick to Griffith, winds up for three, and Bryan off the back of the iron. Smith runs down the rebound, jump shot, good! 5 for Tyrell Smith. It's back to a 4-point game. Fitzgerald, hustle on the second chance points for the Ravens. Has it 31-27. Fitzgerald spins around Griffith. Nearly lost it on the way up. Gets it to Van Kelly. Van Kelly had it poked. Got it back. Puts it up. No, and a foul. That'll be on Caparaso, his second. And it brings up a media timeout. 7:31 to go. Ravens back within 4, but free throws coming for Demarion Van Kelly when we come back here in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Family and
down to right now is we know, both teams know, that you can't win the game right now, but you can do things to lose the game. And I think both teams are doing a good job at avoiding that right now.
Free throw is good for Van Kelly. Justin Taylor will bring it up to the Ravens. Pressure from NEO. Tyrell Smith, he scored the last 5 for Coffeyville. He's pressured heavily by Jimma James. Big time press here from NEO. Smith gets inside the arc, now walks it back. 10 to shoot for the Ravens. Taylor wants to go to work, kicks it. Nagulik for the jump shot. Good. Really, and Nagulik knocks it down. Ravens back within 4. Great assist from Justin Taylor. James double nearly threw it away. Hammer gets it down low. Williams up top. James, ball faked. Down low again. Williams goes up. Blocked by Kuda, but a goaltend. So it does count, 35-29. The points go to LeBrie Williams Jr., the sophomore out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Ravens down by 6.
Interesting color, Shay.
It was bang-bang. Tyrell Smith brings it up. Smith, Nagulik, Griffith, Taylor, and Kuda. Ravens down 35-29. Nagulik. Smith fakes the 3. Kuda couldn't handle it on the pass. Up ahead comes the Norseman. Hammer hands off Jimma James. Slowed down by Brian Griffith. Obu way down and missed it. Rebound pulled down by Relia Nagulik. Ravens coming the other way. Griffith handoff Tyrell Smith. Ravens down 6. But NEO has led for a majority of this first half. Justin Taylor. Pass to Nagulik. Griffith. Nice crossover by Brian. Tangled up down low, Kuda and Hammer. And they're going to have a conversation here, are the officials. Foul will be on Kuda. So Kuda called for his first. Tomboy will come in for Kuda. Kuda a little shaken up after that collision. Rashid wincing a little bit as he comes back to the Raven bench. Eight to shoot. Taylor gets around James, attacking. Justin Taylor, no. Tomboy put it back up in a foul.
Tomboy making a difference right out of the gate there, right, coming off the bench.
That's on LeBrie Williams Jr. Eighth foul against the NEO Norsemen. Free throws here for Tomboy. First one is off. Ravens have left some points at the free throw line here in this first half, and in a 6-point game, that's something that you can circle on that box score. Second free throw for Tomboy. Missed it. 5:45 to go first half. Obu. NEO has a 6-point lead. Obu attacking. Tyrell Smith swings it right. This is Jimma James. Now with Van Kelly having it guarded by Taylor. James, nice crossover move, but Smith stays with him. Lost it inside. Griffith up ahead. Bryan all the way. Fouled on the way up. And Bryan will go to the free throw line after a foul in transition against the Norsemen. That'll go against Van Kelly. So Bryan at the free throw line. Struggled at the stripe in the first 2 games of the year. Has been better at home. Ravens struggling at the stripe so far in this first half. Bryan got it. Seven points for Bryan Griffith. One more free throw to come. And Griffith goes 2 out of 2. Obu. Ravens show some press now. Double team comes. Nagulik got a hand on it. NEO able to keep the possession. Van Kelly well downtown. Missed it off the back of the iron. And Nagulik skies for the rebound. Raven basketball. Tyrell Smith kicks it. Griffith. Bryan attacking again. Kicks it. Taylor the fake. Taylor penetrates. And Justin will kick it out to Tyrell Smith. Ravens again go inside. That one blocked by Buddy Hammer. And it will stay with Coffeyville. Trent Ruth comes in for Tyrell Smith. Smith gave Coach Erkelman some good minutes here in this first half. Ravens down 35-31. They have possession after the block by Buddy Hammer. Inbound goes to Ruth. Ruth guarded by Van Kelly. Griffith sends it for 3. Got it! 11 in the first half for Griffith. Ravens back within 1. Obu throws up a wild shot. Missed it. Rebound Taylor. Ravens can retake the lead. Ruth in transition. Attacking. And gives Coffeyville the edge. What a screen set by Nagulik. Van Kelly inside. Lays it in. 37-36 NEO. Lead didn't last very long. Griffith has it. Ravens down by 1. Nagulik fakes the shot. Had it poked. Got it back. Tough pass. James got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds off of Coffeyville. Raven bench can't believe it.
That was tipped. That was definitely tipped, Shay.
And the officials are saying it was tipped by both teams, and that's why it's NEO basketball. NEO up by 1. 4 minutes to go, first half. Obu. Patrick Prince. Down low, Hammer goes to work and has his first points of the night. Buddy Hammer Jr. makes it 39-36 as he goes right at the freshman Nagulik. Taylor, pull-up jump shot. Missed it. So NEO has done a great job of responding to every Coffeyville run in this first half. They hold a 39-36 lead with 3:35 to go first half.
Both teams playing their game, Shay. Neither one of them pushed the panic button. Amazing to watch.
Hammer down low. Nagulik stays in front. Spin by Buddy Hammer. Fading jump shot. Short. Rebound Nagulik. Ruth. Now Griffith. Bryant has it. He has a game-high 11 for the Ravens. Bryant down low to Gulick. Nice ball fake and a travel. Media timeout. 3:10 to go first half. NEO clinging to a slim lead here at Nellis Hall. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Visit our website.
And 36 with 3:10 to go in the first half. I'm Kenny Chris Flint alongside with me. So, got to give NEO their credit here, Chris, in this first half. Every time the Ravens have had a run to tie or take the lead, NEO's responded. It has been two great basketball teams going back and forth.
It's amazing to me to watch these teams play because neither one of them are hitting the panic button. Both of them are just playing their game. And, NEO, the energy on that team, matching CCC.
Ronya Obu has the basketball. Buddy Hammer has it deflected and stolen. Kuda got his hand on it. Now up ahead they go to Justin Taylor. He slows it down briefly. Now attacks. Hands off to Kuda. Kuda in a lot of trouble, throws it away. But Griffith steals it right back. And Coffeyville basketball. Now, see, that one looked like it was off of Bryant. I don't know what they're looking at.
Yeah, it's interesting, these calls going out of bounds. I guess we're even now?
I suppose.
Maybe.
We've got instant replay aficionado Andrew Elrod taking a look at it. Brian Griffith, Taylor. Brian way downtown, in and out. Would have tied the game. Hammer coming the other way, picked up by Kuda. Now hands it off to Obu. Ronyo Obu, poked by Taylor. Last touch by NEO. Justin Taylor with some lockdown defense and gets the possession back.
Judging by the reaction of our replay official, it looked like that one did go off of Coffeyville.
2:15 to go. First half. Ravens down 3. Taylor had it poked. Hammer going to be called for a foul. And that's his second. That'll send Rashid Kuda to the free throw line.
Would you say it's kind of an uncharacteristic first half for Hammer, Shay?
I would say it's, he's a guy that is a really athletic, skilled player, but if you can keep him from really getting those one-on-one looks, I think you can contain him, and we've seen teams do it this year, so I just think the Ravens have defended him well so far. First one for Kuda, got the bounce. That is something that the Ravens will need to improve upon in the second half. I don't have the stats in front of me, but have left some points at the free throw line, and when you're down one score, that means a lot. Kuda goes 2 out of 2. 39-38, 2:09 to go first half. Ravens and Norsemen going back and forth in Coffeyville. Jimma James, Brian Griffith attached to the hip. Look at Brian Griffith. James has to kick it to Obu. Kick to the corner. Wilson picked up by Kuda. And Obu got a step on Ruth. James now trying to attack. Kicks it to the corner. Griffith picks up Obu. Way downtown, Van Kelly in and out. Rebound, Tomboy. Ravens can retake the lead after some great defense by Coffeyville. Ruth kicks it to Taylor, and Taylor couldn't quite corral it. So a mistake there for Coffeyville. Ruth looked like on that final dribble, might have dribbled it a little, maybe off his foot, or just it went higher than he expected it to, and kind of had to throw it out to Taylor and just was not accurate with that pass. Prince the attack on Tomboy, no good. Rebound fought for, care of the round, and look at Tomboy knocking Prince to the ground for that rebound.
Goodness.
Taylor, Ravens with a chance to take the lead. Ruth for three. It is good. Trent Ruth from downtown. Ravens have the lead with 1:05 to go in the half. Van Kelly looking to respond and does.
Wow.
Under a minute to go, first half. Von Kelly and Brian Griffith and Trent Ruth have all been going back and forth the entirety of the first 20 minutes. Griffith, Taylor, screen from Tomboy. Justin wants to attack, spin move, tough shot, no good. Kuda got a hand on it, it's kept alive. 5 to shoot. Taylor winds up for three and missed it short. Rebound pulled down by Obu. Up ahead, Von Kelly again. Poked by Ruth. Ravens on a steal. 20 seconds left in the half. Ravens down 1 point. And Justin Taylor calls timeout. Jay Herkelman wants to draw up a play. NEO has played nearly flawless basketball, and the Ravens can have the lead at halftime with this possession right here.
Statement and answer, statement and answer. This is crazy back and forth between two amazing teams. It's everything we thought it was going to be and more. I'm not going to say it's an instant classic already, but it has the makings of that.
Throw the rankings out the window, Chris.
Yeah,
These are two top 20 teams in America.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
42-41, NEO leads this one, and Demarion Van Kelly with nearly 20 points in this first half. Where would NEO be without him?
They wouldn't have the lead right now, I can tell you that.
Both teams break huddle. Jordan Bailey has some words with our official. Tomboy, Kuda, Griffith, Ruth, and Taylor. That's the 5 for Coffeyville. Jay Herkelman has some final words for Trent Ruth. What is the play that Coach Herkelman draws up here, trying to give his team the lead at home at the half?
Well, this is exactly what Herc likes to do. Get that last shot, get a play drawn up for that last shot.
Taylor takes the inbounds pass. 12 seconds left in the half. Taylor walks it up. Justin, ISO against Van Kelly, slashing, attacking. Alley-oop to Kuda. That's the final play of the half. Van Kelly from half court. It is short. Ravens have the lead at the break. Taylor to Kuda, and an alley-oop to put down a 43-42 halftime lead. What a play drawn up by Coach Herkelman. The slash by Taylor draws the whole defense, and Kuda sneaks in the back door.
You can't draw it up better than that. You can execute it better than that. What a way to end the first half for Coffeyville.
Ravens have a 43-42 lead at the break. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, our Solutions North Bank Red Raven halftime show. It starts in 3 minutes here on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
And I got to tell you what, these stats are absolutely incredible, Shay.
I've been starting to think, before we get into stats, I've been trying to think about an NBA guy, Chris, that Rashid Kuda reminds me of. I think I've got one.
Okay.
Does he remind you a little bit of Sean Kemp?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That physical, that strength, that defense at the rim? I think he's got a little Sean Kemp in him.
You know, that's a very good comparison. That's really...
Both of these teams have been scoring the ball lights out in this first half, so we're going to have to take plenty of time to go over stats. Let's take a look at it.
Absolutely. Now, where would Indio, Mr. Van, 20 points.
Down 21 is the answer.
Five of 9 from 3. Right there. That's huge right there. 2 for 2 from inside the so 20 point Kelly. Their next highest score. That's absolutely incredible. So 22 for Van Kelly. James with 5. Obu with 2. Patrick Prince has 3. And William has, I did admit, actually, there is somebody with a higher score. That is Albert Wilson III with 6. But still, a big number between Van Kelly and the next highest scorer there.
And I think the Ravens have done a good job of their game plan, which was slow down Jimmy James and slow down Buddy Hammer. Now they're going to have to make some adjustments in that locker room to slow down Van Kelly, because the way he's shooting, he can win for NEO.
No doubt about it. And you mentioned Buddy Hammer Jr. with 2 points, and I believe he's got 3 in that second half, not to foul out. Of course, NEO shooting 47% from the field, from behind the arc, 75%, 3 of 4.
And NEO, I feel, are good for different reasons. I feel Moberly's good because they're very experienced, they're very skilled, they're very patient with the basketball, very mature. NEO is good because they're chaotic in the best possible way. So this, I think you could argue, has been the toughest matchup the Ravens have had so far this year, and a lot of things have gone right for the Norsemen. And I think it speaks to the toughness and the resilience of the Ravens that they're still winning this basketball game.
One of the things that I'm admiring about this Coffeyville team so far, they're not crumbling under the pressure of different defenses being thrown at them, whether it's press, whether it's zone. It doesn't matter. They're able to handle both of those defenses, which is only going to help them as they get into the conference.
I don't want to run down to last year's team, but it seems like last year they weren't able to handle the pressure, to handle the press defense as much as this team is handling, and it's showing with that 1-point lead at half.
And obviously when you're leading the team in points, you're having a good night and you're being a valuable player, but how big is Brian Griffith for this basketball team? It feels like every time they needed a big shot in that first half, Brian was the one who scored the basketball.
Yeah, he is definitely the spark plug of this offense in the first half. I don't see that changing anywhere in the second half. It's just going to take a couple other guys to step up, and they've got the guys to do that. It could be one of 7 or 8.
Let's get you some scores from around the Jayhawk Conference here on this Saturday. On the football side of things, Hutchinson over Garden City, 42-17. Iowa Western survives Highland, 21-14. And Butler over Iowa Central, 7-3. That means now that Hutchinson won, Butler Coffeyville next Saturday. Officially, if Butler wins, they are the champions of the Jayhawk Conference. If the Ravens win, it is a 3-way tie with Butler, Hutchinson, and Coffeyville. So a lot on the line next Saturday in El Dorado.
That is going to be, as if we weren't already pumped up for that game to begin with. That's incredible that we could have a 3-way tie for the championship.
No doubt about it. On the women's basketball side of things, Hutchinson gets the win over Redlands, 81-59. Colby over Heston College, 56-32. Johnson County
gets the win over Rock Valley. There we go. I think, are we getting that? There we go. There we go. What's going on?
I'm not sure. There's a big
There
difference.
we go. I don't know what that was. I think I know what that was, but go ahead and talk for a second because I need to think about this for a moment.
Okay, so we were talking about you'll get back to the girls, the women's points and who's winning and losing. See, that kind of threw me off as well. So basically, it's interesting to me how both of these teams are just answering back and forth. It's amazing that.
Yeah, okay, we're going to try. Let's take a 2-minute timeout while we get this figured out. We'll be right back here on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network. We're taking a 2-minute timeout to get some stuff figured out. We'll be right back. I think our connection was dropping. I think that was the problem.
Right.
We got reconnected, and I think we're ready to roll here. Second half as both teams come out. But now quickly going back through those scores. Butler, Dodge City, all victorious on the ladies' side. Fort Hays Tech comes up short. Garden City and Independence will be in action tonight. On the men's basketball side of things, you have Hutchinson down 7 right now with a minute to go to Northern Oklahoma Enid. So about to suffer their second loss of the season. Also, Cloud County will be in action today, as will the Seward County Saints. And coming up tonight, Dodge City, Barton, and KCK all in action. KCK, of course, knocked off Hutchinson earlier this week.
Interesting stats here, Shay. There's been 6 lead changes and 3 ties in that first half. The largest lead was actually by NEO with a 9-point lead, 31-22. Coffeyville, their longest run was a 7-0 run. NEO had a 9-0 run. So, 6 lead changes, 3 ties in that first half. I have a feeling both of those numbers are going to grow.
Oh, I completely agree. Big thank you to Solutions North Bank for sponsoring the halftime show. And before we get back to game action, Chris, and before I forget, because he does not deserve to be forgotten, huge shout out to Ulysses back in the studio. It's his first Red Raven basketball game. These are tough to produce back in the studio.
They are.
We put a lot of pressure on our board ops with all the different stuff we do.
Yep.
He stepped in. His first game is a big one here against NEO, and so far through the first half, he's been rock solid, has done a great job. So I know he's listening back in the studio because that's what he's paid to do. But Ulysses, we appreciate you, my guy, and here's to another great second half of Red Raven basketball.
No doubt about it. Good stuff, as always, from our board ops, from our studio producers, if you will.
That's you see, when I was a board op, many moons ago, and by many moons I mean 2 years.
Right.
I always told people I was a producer. I think that's just a cooler title.
Oh yeah.
Studio producer.
Studio
right?
producer
right?
just makes sense. Yeah.
And you're not lying. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're producing from the studio.
Exactly.
Ravens are going to try and produce a W at Nellis Hall.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
That was a Froon-like transition right there.
I appreciate that. Ravens are up by 1 here as we start the second half. Starting 5 out there: Griffith, Ruth, Taylor, Nagulik, and Kuta. NEO basketball. Ravens lead at 43-42 as we start the second half of action. Obu. Van Kelly has a game-high 22. Obu for 3, missed it. Rebound, Ruth. Ruth and the Ravens want to run the other way. Taylor, nice ball fake, gets inside. Justin attacking, trying to get it to Griffith. Nice catch by Brian. Ruth, extra pass. Nagulik winds up for 3 and got it. Relia Nagulik. Ravens by 4 on a big corner 3 from the freshman out of Serbia.
Here we go again, Shay.
That one off the foot of Justin Taylor will stay with the Norsemen. I'll tell you what, man. Both of these teams are going to have great seasons.
Yeah.
These are 2 really talented teams.
No doubt about it.
I think these 2 might run into each other in the national tournament, pending injuries.
Yeah, really. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Jimma James guarded by Justin Taylor. Ravens lead at 46-42. Buddy Hammer double-teamed immediately. Hands it off to a cutting Obu. And a great pass from Buddy Hammer Jr.
Yeah, nice basket right there by Obu.
Nagulik. And a timeout taken by Brian Griffith. Nagulik was in a lot of trouble. I just got a text from Blaine Thornton, who's running the Red Raven Sports Network stream today. Felt a little left out, but I shouted out Ulysses, didn't shout him out. So big shout out to Blaine as well. We do appreciate all you do. Thank you up there.
Yeah,
at the top of Nellis Hall.
No doubt.
The guardian angels of Nellis Hall up there.
And unlike Netflix, we don't have that much latency.
That's right. That's right. Much better stream than Netflix Fight Night. Let me tell you that.
Exactly.
Let me tell you that.
Yeah, and this is a little bit more exciting than that fight.
A potato and a fork might be a better stream than Netflix Fight Night.
Smoke signals. Good grief.
Man. So Nagulik hits the 3. But again, like we talked about, Chris, these teams are just throwing counterpunch after counterpunch. Looked like the Ravens had a great setup there, double-teaming NEO's best player. He doesn't panic. He finds the cutting Obu. Just a good defense, better offense.
Okay, if we're using the fight from last night as a reference, there's a lot of body shots being delivered right now. I'm just waiting for the knockout punch. That didn't happen last night.
I was going to say, hopefully it's not like last night where there wasn't a knockout
Exactly.
punch.
But there's going to be a knockout punch sometime in this game. I'm interested to see which team gets it and when it happens.
And another just outstanding crowd here at Nellis Hall. Ravens have really lived up to the hype and packed the building so far this year.
Is there anything better to do on a Saturday afternoon than watch Coffeyville basketball? I don't think so.
In a matchup like this?
No way. Not a chance.
Raven basketball. Inbound goes to Justin Taylor. 18:54 to play. Ravens lead at 46-44 over the NEO Norsemen. Brian Griffith. Brian off a screen. Hammer picks him up. Nagulik fakes the 3 this time. Down low to Kuta. Kuta spinning. Tried to kick it to Ruth. It's stolen by Jimma James. NEO with a great defensive play. Obu traveled or stepped on the baseline. Either way, it's a turnover.
Yep. Hasn't been too many of those in that first half.
And that's another thing about these teams that are so impressive. They both play so fast, play a very aggressive style of defense, and don't make many mistakes. We're 5 games into the year, and both of these teams are incredibly disciplined.
Coffeyville with 8 turnovers in the first half. Oh, wow.
Kuta rises up. Yeah, don't give him that much space.
Yeah, he'll make you pay for that. Yeah, 8 turnovers for Coffeyville in the first half, only 6 for NEO.
Ravens bring pressure. They work it to Patrick Prince. Pass goes to Obu. Van Kelly for 3. He's got 25 tonight. And it's back to a 1-point game.
He might have shot that from Caney.
It wasn't too far from Sacramento.
No, that's true. Goodness.
Nagulik fakes the handoff to Ruth. Now double team comes, and Nagulik is fouled. That'll be on Patrick Prince. And that's kind of a bailout foul there for the Ravens. Nagulik was in a lot of trouble, and that little chest bump there keeps the possession alive for Coffeyville.
Yeah, big break for Coffeyville.
Ruth to inbound it. Works it to Justin Taylor. Ravens up 1. Taylor's been a little quiet today scoring the basketball. We'll see if he can come alive in the second half. Justin has the basketball, 10 to shoot. Guarded by Romeo Obu. Taylor wants to go to work. Pass down low. Kuda, ball fake, fouled on the way up. And Rashid Kuda will go to the free throw line.
Kuda with a couple of great fakes there. To get some contact.
With a guy with his strength and finishing ability, you have to go on the first move.
Yeah.
Because he will go up on the first move. So he's a guy that I think he could really become a master of the pump fake, because with a guy of that size and stature, you have to give him that right, or that respect to go up. First one, no good at the line. Ravens just 4 of 8 at the free throw line today. And I've said it a couple times, but in a 1-point game, that's looming large here in the early stages of the second half.
It really is.
One more here for Kuda. And he missed it. Ravens clinging to a 1-point lead, 48-47. Jimma James. Taylor stays with him. James, no, but a putback by Patrick Prince. Skies above the rim. Says, hey, I can dunk too. NEO back up 1. Griffith had it poked. Ball on the ground. NEO fighting for it. And it'll be NEO basketball. Caparasso checks in for Kuda. But more of the same from the first half, Chris. Ravens hit a 3, went up 2 scores, and since then, now NEO, it's their turn to counterpunch.
Body blow, body blow, body blow. Who's getting the knockout punch, Shay?
I don't think we're going to know for another 15 minutes or so.
That's for sure.
Griffith guarding Obu. Now Buddy Hammer picked up by Taylor and Caparasso. Charles tries to stay with the sophomore, and that'll be a foul against NEO and Patrick Prince. And sometimes it depends on the official, Chris, but that move that Prince just did, that hook around the hip, that's sometimes considered a flagrant foul to some officials.
And it's his 4th foul. That'll loom large for NEO.
He stays out there for now, but you're right. One more, and Patrick Prince, who's been a starting piece for this NEO team, is done with plenty of time left in this one. Taylor, Nagulik, Relia. Hands it off to Ruth. Ruth had 10 in the first half. Spinning. Picked up by Prince. Nagulik lays it in. Tough finish inside by Nagulik. Ravens back in front. How many lead changes are we going to have?
I think
Hammer.
we're right now.
Prince gets down low and lays it in, plus the foul. Patrick Prince finishes at the cup. Hoop and the harm. Free throw to come.
Defense just a little late getting back.
First foul on Relia Nagulik. And now the free throw for Patrick Prince, the sophomore out of Augusta, Georgia, and he knocks it down. Prince has 4 fouls. He'll be subbed out, but not before he gives NEO the lead back at 52-50.
That's a good call there by NEO.
Well, you're going to want his production down the stretch,
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
no
that
doubt.
throw well high by Ruth, and the Ravens turn it over. Van Kelly now to Obu. Obu guarded by Justin Taylor. About 4 minutes into the second half, NEO leads it by 2. Van Kelly steps into another one. Got it! 28 for the freshman. And it's a 5-point lead for NEO. Griffith all the way, lays it in.
Great answer by Griffith.
13 for Bryan. Ravens down by 3, could use a stop defensively. Hammer gets around Caparasso. Wilson goes to work. Kicks it to Van Kelly. In and out. You'll take any miss you can get from that guy. But there he gets the steal. Jimma James has it now. 55-52 NEO. Van Kelly tries again. And short on that one. Rebound Nagulik. And Taylor able to bring it up. Up ahead to Caparoso, who rises up. 1 point game as Charles beats Wilson down the floor.
Nice feed from Taylor.
And the speed of Caparoso is the game changer, Chris. The size is a problem. The speed is a killer.
No doubt.
Hammer spinning, reverse, short. Nagulik with outstanding defense. And it looks like it'll stay with NEO. Media timeout. 14:59 to go. Don't go anywhere. NEO 55, Coffeyville 54. We're back in 60 seconds. Chris Freund alongside with me. 55-54 NEO. And Chris, this one has been just everything we wanted it to be and then some. Back and forth. Largely the night is 9, but I'd say for about 95% of this one, it's been within 5.
Yeah, back and forth. So many lead changes, so many ties. And I have a feeling that's not going to change in the next 15 minutes.
Inbounds play here for NEO. And Wilson catches it out on the perimeter. Caparoso with him. Van Kelly has 28 points to lead NEO. Hammer down low. Double team comes. Kicks it. Obu. Jimma James. Spinning. Tough shot. Missed it. And Griffith goes up and able to pull down a rebound. Brian Griffith, the 5'10 point guard, wins inside on the glass.
Isn't that the way it always works?
Brian's a good rebounder for his size.
No doubt.
You don't play for Coach Herc if you're not a good rebounder. Here's Trent Ruth. Kemboy. Pass to Brian. Brian's got 13. Down low, Caparoso wants to attack. Goes right at Hammer and puts Coffeyville in front. Charles Caparoso, bully ball here at Nellis Hall.
Like to see that aggression right there from Caparoso.
14 to play. Ravens by 1. Hammer now tries to go back at Charles. And slipped on the way down, turned it over. Ravens come the other way. Buddy Hammer slow getting back. Ruth for 3. And a little short. Rebound Jimma James, and now Hammer up ahead of the pack. But the Ravens will get back in time. James in transition. No. Rebound fought for. Hammer pulls it down. NEO with a second chance opportunity. Obu. Tough finish. No. Still battled for, and Griffith comes down with it. Man, these two teams are physical.
No doubt. My goodness.
56-55 Coffeyville. 13:23 to play. And that'll stay with the Ravens with 17 on the shot clock. Abdul Rashid Kuda checks back in for the Ravens.
You know, I think the universe is likely to explode if Kuda and Caparoso ever get on the floor at the same time.
We might be saving that, for a rainy day, Chris.
Maybe so.
Or for maybe a little later in the second half. You never know.
Never know.
Kemboy to inbound it. Ruth, Tomboy, Kuda, and Griffith, the other 4 out there for the Ravens. Ruth fakes the shot. Picked up by Obu. Ravens have a 1-point lead. 13-10 to play. Brian Kemboy, 5 to shoot. Gotta go. Bryan puts it up way downtown and got it! He sunk it! Bryan Griffith from way downtown. Man, big shot, Bryan.
He shot that one from Chatopa.
We passed. We might have to pass the nickname along from Big Shot Bailey to Big Shot Bryan.
Maybe so.
Tomboy trying to stay in front of Wilson. It's up in the air and stolen by Coffeyville. Kemboy pushing. Ruth up ahead. Goes to work. Ruth, reverse, no. And the rebound pulled down by NEO. 4-point lead for the Ravens, 12.5 to play. Raven defense has gotten some clutch turnovers, and Bryan Griffith has hit a clutch 3. Tyson, 12 to shoot. He's picked up by Kuda. Tyson, they're trying to get it to Van Kelly. They cannot. Wilson goes to work. Tomboy with pressure. It's an and one for Wilson. And NEO once again with a response. Albert Wilson III fouled. They're going to actually call the foul on Kemboy. That'll be the second on Jeremiah, but now Wilson with a chance to make it a 1-point game at the line. I still can't believe Bryan hit that shot. That was incredible.
Yeah.
Two defenders in his face.
Yeah.
From 5 feet behind the line. Free throw good. Raven lead is 1, 59-58, 12:09 to play. Tyrell Smith will check in for Bryan Griffith. Kemboy, Smith, Ruth, Tomboy, Kuda. No Taylor, no Griffith right now for the Ravens. Tomboy sets the screen. Smith. 12 minutes to go. Ravens clinging to a 1-point lead. Tomboy trying to get it down low to Kuda. Kuda goes at the freshman Tyson. Smith fakes the shot. Ruth, 10 to shoot. Attacking Ruth. No, Kuda got it and hit the shot. Rashid Kuda knocks it down. Right place, right time for the big man.
Yeah, I don't know if that was an intended pass or not, but hey, it worked.
61-58 Coffeyville, 11.5 to play. Fitzgerald. Screen from Tyson. Kuda able to pick him up. Wilson. Pardon me, that's Kenye Costa into the game, number 20. Van Kelly, tough shot, got it.
Good
He's
grief.
got 31 and he ties the game.
Good grief.
He's got more than half of their points.
That's amazing.
31 for the freshman Demarion Van Kelly. Ruth, screen. We're tied at 61. Trent turns the corner. Past Tomboy. Kemboy fakes. Kemboy, a lot of contact. And finally the foul is called. I think there are about 3 different fouls on that attack.
Yeah, that call could have come a lot sooner.
Media timeout. We're deadlocked at 61. 10:46 to go. We're back in 60 seconds on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Tie game at 61, 10:46 to go. Shea Neal, Chris Freund alongside with you. Ravens led by Bryan Griffith, who has 16 points tonight. But the story has been the freshman Demarion Van Kelly, 31 for NEO. Smith takes a three out of the timeout, missed it. Rebound, Kuda fighting for it, keeps it alive. Smith fakes this time, thought about it. Ravens will reset. Ruth trying to run the play. 10.5 to go, 10 to shoot for the Ravens. Smith, Tomboy, back to Tyrell, got to get a shot. 4 seconds, step back, is off. Rebound battled for, taken by Fitzgerald. Chance for NEO to get back in front. That was deflected out of bounds, last touch by Coffeyville. Van Kelly inbounds it to Ronyo Obu. Obu, back to Van Kelly. He's got 31. Smith trying to stay with him. Kelly gets baseline, make it 31 as it rims out. And this time the Ravens trying to push. Ruth. Van Kelly a little slow getting back. Kemboy fakes the shot. Had the larger Tyson on him. Now they switch back. Man-to-man look here for NEO. A primary zone team playing more man-to-man here in the second half. Smith off a screen.
Got 5 to shoot.
Ruth got to go, attacking, finding Kuda, and he lays it in at the cup. Rashid Kuda off the assist from Trent Ruth. Ravens back in front, 63-61.
Ruth did a good job at drawing the defense to get Kuda open.
He certainly did. 63-61, Ravens by 2. Fitzgerald has it on the left wing for NEO. 9:12 to play. Fitzgerald, pass nearly stolen by Tyrell Smith. It will stay with NEO with 10 on the shot clock. Went right through the hands of Smith. And Tyrell was in the right spot, played good defense there, Chris, but in a 2-point game, you got to come away with the takeaway there.
Yeah, it was almost like it was greased up a little bit, that ball.
Van Kelly tries off the inbounds pass, in and out. He is playing like a man possessed tonight.
Yeah, there's been 2 or 3 of those that could have gone in and just rimmed out at the very last second.
Under 9 to play, Raven basketball leading by 2. Tomboy had it poked. He'll run it back down. 12 to shoot for the Ravens. Ruth wants to go at Fitzgerald, attacking, up strong, and a foul. Trent Ruth will go to the line, and he's fired up. Trent Ruth split the double team, contorted his body, and takes the harm. That'll be the third on Fitzgerald. That was a really athletic play by Trent Ruth.
It was, and I tell you what, that whistle came a little, I was beginning to think they were going to call that, so I'm glad the whistle came, but it came late.
Ruth at the line. He's been one of the best scorers for the Ravens all year. First one, and can't get it to go. Ravens are 4 of 10 at the free throw line tonight. A team that came into today shooting 72% at the stripe. One more here for Ruth. Up and good. 3-point lead for Coffeyville. And Justin Taylor comes back in for Trent Ruth. I don't think Trent will be out of this game very long.
One of the hot hands, that's for sure.
NEO basketball, 64-61 Ravens. 8.5 to play. Williams, now Fitzgerald turns the corner, gets inside, tough shot, got it. Over the outstretched arm of Justin Taylor. 64-63. Taylor has the basketball, 8:15 to play. Handoff to Tomboy. Tyrell Smith. Kuda got hooked up and under by Tyson. There was no call. Down low now, Tomboy. Tomboy wants to go to work and now kicks it back out. 10 to shoot again. Tyrell Smith, tough shot. Missed it. Tomboy comes skying in. Couldn't pull that one down. Under 8 to go. NEO with a chance to retake the lead. Obu trying to turn the corner. Handoff Tyson. Blocked by Tomboy.
Great defense by Tomboy. Wow.
Block at the rim by Daniel Tomboy. Keeps the Ravens in front. On the other end, Smith fakes the 3. Now sends it. And it's off the back of the iron. Would have put the Ravens up 4 with 7.5 to go. 64-63 Coffeyville. Ravens could enter the national top 25 with a win today. Tyson spinning, had it poked, and a late foul call. 7:23 to go. Foul will be on. I didn't see who that was on. I think it might have been on Tomboy. We'll figure out. It'll actually be on Kuda, excuse me. We'll take a media timeout. We're back in 60 seconds. Ravens up by 1 in a thriller in Ellis Hall. We're back in a minute.
I think they will put Gaparoso and Kuda out there in the right situation. I don't think this team in the right situation. They got too many guards and spread the floor.
It's too fast.
They'll do it for a team like Cali or Morton.
Right.
Bill is now Solutions North Bank, the same community bank you've come to know and enjoy. With the merger, it is now bigger, and there's even more to love. Solutions North Bank will be.
To our Red Raven football team. They'll be traveling to Butler County at Saturday at 11 a.m. Good luck to our
Ravens lead it by 1, 64-63 with 7:23 to go. I'm Shane Neal. Van Kelly, 3 off the inbounds, is short. Rebound Tyson. Kuda tries to stay with the freshman, and Tyson puts NEO in front. Excuse me, that was Chris Mason, the freshman out of Tulsa, finishing at the cup. 7 minutes to go. NEO 65, Coffeyville 64. Justin Taylor, Relia Nagulik trying to get it down low to Kuda. Kuda now has it. Goes at Mason, puts it up, puts it in. The freshmen go back and forth, and Kuda answers.
Was that a baby hook I saw?
That was a baby hook you saw.
Beautiful shot.
6:40 to play. Big screen set by Mason. Off a screen and lost out of bounds by Williams. Unforced error there for NEO. Gives the ball back to Coffeyville.
You take your eye off the ball for a minute, just a minuscule amount of time. Break for Coffeyville.
6.5 to play. Taylor hands it off to Nagulik. Ravens by 1. Griffith hands it off to Kuda. Griffith, Taylor, Kemboy, Nagulik, and Kuda, the 5 out there for the Ravens. Bryan down to Kuda. He goes to work again, spinning and going up. Kuda and 1! Rashid Kuda. Grown man strength, and he has a chance to put the Ravens up 4.
You and I talked before the game. I said Kuda was going to be a big part of this game because, well, he has not only the size, but he has the strength to go with it, and that's proof of it right there.
I love what the Ravens have done these last 2 possessions. Get the ball to the big fella, watch him go to work, get out of the way.
Exactly.
Kuda with a chance to put the Ravens up 4. Free throw is off. Ravens have really struggled at the line today. And as this clock continues to wind down, that's becoming more and more of a talking point. 6:02 to go, 68-65 Coffeyville. Obu ties the game with a triple. Ronyo Obu, 68 all. Taylor, tough pass and stolen by Obu. Up ahead, Van Kelly, and missed the dunk. Offensive rebound and a foul before the shot. So we'll stay with NEO. Big rebound there by Baron Duda. But Van Kelly missed the breakaway dunk that would have put the Norsemen up.
If you're not sure you can do it.
In a game like this, no doubt.
Yeah, if you're not sure you can do it, take the sure layup.
NEO ball, Van Kelly, inbounds, 3, good. 34 for Van Kelly, NEO, 71-68. Griffith tries to answer, missed it. Rebound pulled down by Patrick Prince. But stolen by Brian Griffith. Both of these teams go back and forth. Taylor for the tie. Not that time. Kuda the rebound. Up strong again, and he's fouled.
Great offensive board there by Kuda.
Got to hit your free throws, though.
That's true.
Ravens are
But,
4.
I think that's huge right there. That's Prince's 5th foul.
His night is over. Patrick Prince, the 6'7" sophomore, sees his night come to an end with 5:16 to play. Albert Wilson back into the game. Kuda with 2 shots. First one. Good. One more free throw for the freshman out of Ghana, who's closing in on another double-double. Kuda makes it a 1-point game. 2 big free throws for Rashid Kuda. 71-70 NEO, 5:10 to play. Obu off a screen. Handoff, Van Kelly, another deep tree, and it's good. He's got 37. And he puts NEO up by 4. Taylor splits a double team. Justin Taylor goes up. Got it! What a finish by Justin Taylor. It's a 2-point game with 4:40 to go. Gotta find a way to slow down the freshman. Obu for 3. Got it! NEO is unconscious from beyond the arc. 77-72. 4:22 to play.
I don't know their record for 3-pointers made in a game. We got to be close. They got to be close to that.
Kemboy down low to Kuda. Kuda wants to go to work again. Tough spin. Got it! Kuda is unstoppable right now for the NEO defense. Jimma James attacking, goes inside, and a foul before the pass to Albert Wilson. That'll be on Kemboy, his 4th. Ravens did have a foul to give, but they're going to say it was a shooting foul. Raven coaching staff are furious, and now the officials are going to talk about it. That was not a shot attempt.
No, definitely not.
.402 on the clock.
And even the coaches are looking at each other like the NEO coach. It's like they might have got away with one there.
They're still having a conversation about it. I don't know what there is to have a conversation about. They're going to review it. 4:02 to go. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout while they look at that previous play. We'll be right back. It was not a shooting foul after further review. 77-74 NEO, 4:02 to go. And now another stoppage in play for a timeout. We'll stay here. During that initial stoppage in play, I can't say exactly what Jordan Bailey said because it would not work on the air. But Trent Ruth came back into this game, and Jordan Bailey pulled him aside and said, "Number 5, lock him down." So Trent Ruth is going to get the task of trying to slow down Van Kennedy.
That's going to be a tough task, but he can definitely do that. Wouldn't you say, though, that that was the fastest review in the history of reviews, at least so far this season?
Yeah, it was 2 looks and they had it pretty certain.
Yeah. You're right. That's going to be a tough task to lock him down, but it can be done.
4:02 to play. Ravens down by 3. As NEO draws up a play, they'll have 20 on the shot clock.
You know, the last few possessions, the Coffeyville has gotten down low. gotten the ball to Kuta, and he's been able to go up against the defenders and get some really good points. I don't know. I think you keep going to that well until they do something different to defend it.
Yeah, well, basic math, 3 is more than 2, and the way NEO's shooting right now, you got to find a way to get some defensive stops.
Exactly, yep.
Because NEO's going to shoot themselves to a win here if the Ravens don't have an answer defensively. Kuta, Nagulik, Griffith, Ruth, and Taylor. 5 out there. Trying to get the ball in. They do to Jimma James. 4 minutes to play. Norseman lead it by 3. James trying to turn the corner. Taylor stays with him. Tough shot, and he banked it in. Jimma James knocks it down, the 6'5" point guard. Ravens down by 5. 3:40 to go. Griffith. Hand off Nagulik. Now Trent Ruth, guarded by Van Kelly. Ruth to Taylor. Kuta. Kuta the hot hand, back to Trent Ruth. 8 to shoot for the Ravens. Ruth, back to Kuta for the stuff. Kuta makes it 79-76. 3:18 to go, and now Buddy Hammer back to the scorer's table. NEO has a 3-point lead. James guarded by Taylor, another tough shot. Missed that one. Battle for the ball. Fitzgerald pulls it down. Obu way downtown. Got it! Romeo Obu with another triple. And it's a 6-point Norseman lead with 2:58 to go. Huge second chance opportunity for the Norseman. Obu drills it, and he's really found his shot in the final few minutes of this one. Wilson checks out, Hammer back in. Taylor brings it up. Under 3 to go. Ravens down 6. Do they have enough power to keep up with this NEO offense? Justin Taylor wants to attack off a screen, nearly slipped. Nagulik missed. Handoff. Kuta up again. He got it. Kuta makes it 82-78. Got to get a stop if you're the Raven defense. 2:30 to go. James tries to go to work. Floater in and out. Kuta tips it. Nagulik pulls it down. Ruth spinning. Gets ahead of James. Ruth, what a move! And it's a 2-point game! Trent Ruth, what a finish around the rim! 82-80, 2:08 to go. James splits the double team, lays it in, plus the foul. Jimma James and Romeo Obu have taken over down the stretch. Second foul on Nagulik. Free throw coming for the sophomore point guard. James hits it. 85-80. 2:05 to play. Taylor pressured immediately. Nagulik up ahead. Ruth attacking and lays it in. Quick finish for Trent Ruth, 85-82. Can the Raven defense get a stop? 1:50 to go. James guarded by Ruth. James, crossover, handoff, Hammer fakes. Hammer wants to attack. Handoff Van Kelly. Taylor right in his face. Van Kelly attacking, throws up a wild shot and got the foul call. Officials will call it on Rashid Kuta. Third on the big man. Free throws coming for Van Kelly. 37 points for the freshman out of Sacramento, California. First free throw. Good. One more free throw to come here for the freshman. And it's good.
Free
Make it
throws.
39 for Van Kelly. Taylor brings it across. Minute 27 to go. Taylor. Nagulik. Griffith. Back to Relia. Got to get a look. Taylor for three. Got it! 87-85 with a minute 8 to play. Justin Taylor from downtown. Herkelman trying to get his defense set. A minute to go. Norseman by 2. An instant classic at Nellis Hall, and a timeout taken by NEO. We'll keep it here.
Shay, I think we're seeing where free throws are coming into play and being huge. NEO hitting some clutch free throws to extend their lead.
You're not lying. The school record for points in a game at NEO is Brent Porter, who scored 50 in 1998. True freshman Demarion Van Kelly has 39 tonight. And if he can add 2 more, he would move into the top 5 in school history for points in a single game.
Yeah, and the way he's shooting, that's not out of the question. 56 seconds to go, a 2-point lead for NEO. This is huge, Shay, coming out of this timeout. Coffeyville just needs a couple of big defensive stops.
Well, and yeah, we've been saying for 5 minutes, Ravens got to find a way to get a stop.
Yep.
But now it's official. You need to get a stop. And obviously that's what Coach Herkelman preaching in that huddle right now. They're going to try and burn about 12 seconds here. You can get a stop. You get a chance to work a full possession, get a shot, tie the game, potentially take the lead, and put the pressure on the Norsemen. Dirk Andrews gets the crowd into it. Ravens down 2. 55.9 left on the clock. Taylor, Griffith, Ruth, Kuda, Nagulik. Inbounds Van Kelly. Obu, he's been red hot down the stretch. Ronyo Obu gets a double screen. Van Kelly, 6 to shoot. Down low to Hammer and a foul. And Buddy Hammer will go to the free throw line. 1 and 1 for the sophomore. That'll be on Brian Griffith. On the year, Buddy Hammer is a 71% free throw shooter.
Buddy got hammered on that one.
1 and 1 here for the sophomore out of Westville, Oklahoma. The Connor State transfer. Ravens fan getting loud, and he knocks it down. 88-85, 45 seconds to go. Another clutch free throw for NEO. This is the bigger one, though. This would make it a 2-score game. Hammer. Missed it. Kuda skies for the rebound. Ravens can tie it with a 3. 88-85. 37 seconds to play. Taylor. Screen. Hammer picks him up. Justin Taylor attacks. Goes inside and can't get it. It's loose, and it's taken by Buddy Hammer. Ravens got a foul, and they will not. Taylor's going to let Obu dribble it up the court. Now there's the foul from Justin Taylor with 22 seconds to go. Ravens were going for the 2-point shot, and we're going to try and play the fouling game and hope for some missed free throws. But Taylor's shot spun out. Kuda could not pull down the rebound. And now the Ravens need NEO to miss some free throws. Ronyo Obu. First one. Good. 89-85 NEO. Timeout, Jay Herkelman. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Ravens need a big time 22 seconds to come away with this one. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. NEO leads it 89-85. 21.8 to go. One more free throw coming for the sophomore guard, Ronyo Obu. Obu out of Houston, Texas. Was a role player on this team a year ago. Now a star for the Norsemen. Obu's free throw is money. 90-85. Ravens got to go quick. Taylor. Handoff to Griffith. Crowd wanted a foul, didn't get it. Nagulik lays it in. And another timeout for Jay Herkelman. Relia Nagulik lays it in. 90-87. And with 14 seconds left, the Ravens will foul and hope for some missed free throws.
Love to see a steal here in this situation, Shay. I know that's going to be tough, but I know this defense of Coffeyville can get it done.
NEO, a look at some of their better free throw shooters on this team. Van Kelly is an 82% free throw shooter. Hammer 71. Obu 78. Wilson 75. Fitzgerald 70. Jimmy James has struggled at the free throw line this season. He's been strong there tonight. (90-87), 14 seconds even on the clock. Ravens trying to earn their 4th consecutive win. NEO trying to survive the gauntlet of the Jayhawk. They lost a close one to Butler, but they've beaten Cali, and they're trying to beat Coffeyville as well. Both teams back on the floor. Kuda, Nagulik, Taylor, Griffith, Ruth, the 5 out there for Coffeyville.
They started the game, Shay. Let's see if they can finish it.
Hammer. And they'll get it to Van Kelly. Van Kelly's pass stolen by Kuda. Ravens do get the steal. Griffith fakes for the tie. It is off. Rebound tapped around, out of bounds, and NEO ball. And you got to review this. You have to review this, and they will. Through 2.7 to go, Raven fans all over the gym almost stormed the court over that call. Brian Griffith had a look to tie the game. Couldn't get it to go. It was a great press play drawn up by the Ravens. Van Kelly got trapped, threw it right to Kuda. And do the Ravens get one more shot?
Tell you what, you wanted the ball in Brian Griffith's hands. That was a great shot, just didn't get it to fall. This review is key, Shay.
Raven basketball. Coffeyville's going to get one more chance to tie this game. Who do you draw this play up for? I think it's got to be Griffith.
Yeah, I think he's had the hottest hand, and if there's anybody that can hit a clutch shot, it's Big Shot Brian.
I think you draw up a play for Griffith, and if it's covered, you have Ruth as kind of a leak-out second option. 2.7, you don't have to catch and shoot, but you do got to be pretty quick about it. 90-87, NEO. Ravens draw up a play for the tie. Inbounds to Ruth. Got to get it up. Ruth, and he's not going to get it off. And NEO will survive at Nellis Hall. 90-87, the final. NEO is 5-1. Coffeyville comes up just short down the stretch and will go to conference play with a 3-2 record. Let's pause and take a 4-minute timeout. When we come back, our Red Raven postgame show, we'll hear from Jordan Bailey. We'll hear from our US 98 player of the game as well. Ravens come up short 90-87. Postgame show starts in 4 minutes on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
sir. I mean, 39 with 8 threes is pretty ridiculous. 10 threes, I'm sorry. He finished 6
Red Raven post-game show here on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network as the Ravens come up short 90-87 against the NEO Norsemen. I'm Shea Neal, Chris Freund alongside with me. Chris, very similar to the Moberly game. Not a performance I think the Ravens should be disappointed in. I think they played very hard. I think they did a lot of things right, especially, again, we're 5 games into the season. But unlike the Moberly game, I think this one you can be a little more disappointed in the outcomes because the Ravens definitely had their chances to win this game.
Yeah, they really did have a lot of chances to take the lead and come away with the win. I know that free throws are going to be a major concern. Coming out of this game, you know, CCC is going to want to make more free throws. But other than that, it's amazing to see these teams go back and forth. We knew it was going to be a great one, but it's another instant classic like it was last year against with these two teams.
No doubt about it. Let's take a look at final stats here in this one. NEO shoots 49% from the floor, 57% from 3, and 85% at the line. They were led by Demarion Van Kelly, who had 39 points. That's the 6th most in a game in NEO history. 12 of 22 from the field, 10 of 18 from 3, 5 of 6 at the free throw line for Van Kelly. Also, 15 points for Ronyo Ubu, 10 for Jimma James, 9 for Albert Wilson, 8 for Patrick Prince. Only 3 tonight for Buddy Hammer, but Van Kelly was more than enough for NEO here tonight.
That's amazing to me. 39 points and 10 threes. And they were trying to lock him down, but he was just finding ways to make those three-point shots, finding a way to score. Huge difference for NEO tonight.
Ravens shot 54% from the floor, 36% from 3, and 50% at the line. Just 7 of 14 from the charity stripe. Leading the way for Coffeyville tonight, 26 points, 7 rebounds for Rashid Kuda. He went 11 of 11 from the field, 26 and 7. 16 for Brian Griffith, 15 for Trent Ruth, 9 for Relia Nagulik, 8 for Justin Taylor, 5 for Tyrell Smith, 6 for Charles Caparasso, 2 for Konstantin Popovich. Ravens fall to 3-2 on the season. Also looking at some other splits here tonight. Ravens win the rebound battle 39-29. Fouls about even as well. 17 for NEO, 16 for Coffeyville. Ravens dish out 22 assists, 15 assists for NEO. Both teams had 13 turnovers. Both teams had 8 steals. So, Chris, again, these two teams so evenly matched. It shows in the box score. But the big difference, like you said, free throws and just being able to score down the stretch. And NEO did both of those things better than Coffeyville.
Absolutely, and one of those things you could take away is when they were able to get the ball down low to Kuta. He was making some great shots and putting some pressure on the NEO defense. So a great job by him. Just a great game for both teams. Just a little short for Coffeyville.
No doubt about it. It's our Red Raven post-game show here on US 98 and the Red Network.
Sorry about that. I'm sitting the wrong way.
You turned on my mic. I was gonna say. You're good.
It's my fault.
You're good. All good. But yeah, Ravens fall 90-87. Of course, they'll get conference play started next Thursday, coming up against Fort Hays Tech and Colby as they start the conference play on the road along with the ladies. But 3-2, obviously, you'd like to be 4-1, maybe even 5-0. But obviously, your 2 losses: a 3-point loss to the number 18 team in the nation, and a 4-point loss to the number 17 team in the nation. So it's not like you've been humiliated in any sense of the imagination. The Ravens have gone out and they've blown out teams they should beat, and they've competed with teams that, we were curious to see if they were on their level or not.
And they're definitely on the level, that is for sure. So, I mean, going to starting conference season, I'm excited for both these teams, both the men and women's teams. This is going to be an exciting conference schedule, that's for sure.
It certainly is. Jordan Bailey, Rashid Kuda on their way over to the table. Let's take a 90-second timeout. Coach Bailey joins us next. We'll have Rashid Kuda around the corner as well. We're back in 90 seconds on the Red Raven postgame show on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
At-home care makes staying at home possible, whether it's a disability, aging, or
How's that?
Test 1, 2. Good.
I'm Shay Neal. Chris Freund alongside with me. We're now joined by assistant coach Jordan Bailey. Coach, something that Coach Herc said last year that I love about this program is that there's no such thing as moral victories. At the end of the day, all that matters is the final score. But now 2 games against ranked opponents in your first 5 games of the year. And I know some things could have gone differently to win this game, and we'll get into those in just a second. But this team has really competed with everybody they've gone up against this year, and for trying to bounce back from the season that this program had last year has to be very encouraging to see 2 ranked teams early in the year, and your team, with just a couple plays here and there, could be 5-0 with 2 ranked wins early in the season.
Yeah, and you're right, Shay. I mean, we just had that conversation in the locker room just a minute ago. How we're right there, and the guys fought, and for NEO, and credit to Coach Jackson and that group. They've got a great squad this year, and they're going to have a lot of success in their conference, in their region. But we talked about how we're right there, and the guys kept fighting, for them to shoot the ball as well as they shot it in the first half, and for us to be up 1. I mean, just to keep fighting and keep going, and yeah, you're absolutely right. Obviously, we want to be on the other end of that scoreboard, and that's what matters. But the lessons that we're taking away from this time of year playing these games, representing Jayhawk conference games, are going to be really, really good for us.
I completely agree, and excuse me, when you call 5 games in 6 days, Coach, your vocal cords give out on you. But just before we get into some of the things that could have been different for your group, just looking at these deeper numbers in this game. Your team wins the rebound battle 39-29. Your team 22 assists, only 13 turnovers. You get 8 steals. You block 3 shots. Again, I know the theme is going to be, we got to make plays to end up with the more points at the end of the game. But your team is not just competing with these teams, in terms of the 40 minutes of game action. They're winning the rebound battle consistently. They're passing the ball well. They're keeping their turnovers down early in the season. There's a lot of just those, those inner workings of this team that are really impressive early in the season.
Yeah, and I think what you're speaking to is the identity that this group is forming. We kind of are starting to figure out who we are as a team, and we're playing to that identity every night, which is, as consistency in this game is huge. And so that's the encouraging parts of it. But like you said, we got to figure out in these games. I mean, there's a fine line between winning and losing, and we'll make these plays. But overall, definitely encouraged for sure.
Coach, obviously, Demarion Van Kelly, the big story tonight, 39 points, sixth most in a game in NEO history. But when you're going up, I know you've been a coach for a while, when you're going up against a guy that's just hitting shots like he was tonight, what is the message on the bench? What is the approach to trying to slow a guy like that down? Because I thought there were a number of shots tonight that he hit where it wasn't bad defense from your group. So what do you do when a guy is just going off like that?
Yeah, I think you encourage the baseball guys to yell louder. No, and Van Kelly played tremendous tonight. He's a great player, and I think this was his first start of the season, and so being able to work your way into that starting lineup and give the numbers he's given. But you're right. There were some shots that we were there, and they just went in. And overall, to keep playing and to not get discouraged on that. Again, for a team to hit 17 threes and you to have a shot at the end to tie it really speaks to the other elements of the game that we played well in.
Coach, hasn't really been an issue for this team so far this year. Came in tonight shooting 72% at the free throw line, but started the game 4 of 10 from the stripe, finished 7 of 14, and we had talked about it at different points in the second half. Obviously, anytime you're shooting under 60% at the line, it's an issue. But when you lose a game by one possession, it might be the issue when you look at the final box score.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be better. And, Coach talked about it in the locker room, and we've talked about it, and we've got to hit those shots. And those are easy ones, and we will. But for whatever reason tonight, we did not. And, yeah, it's got to be better.
Coach, last thing I have for you, appreciate your time. We're going to talk to him here in just a moment, but a guy that seems to be getting better and better every single minute he's out there on the floor, Rashid Kuda, finishes tonight 26 points, 7 rebounds. Must have saw that Ava Baker shot 7 of 7 on opening night and taken it personally because he leveled up and went 11 of 11. But just a guy that, it's kind of over a gloomy cloud, a little ray of sunshine for this one, but just a guy that is making such a high-level impact for being 5 games into his collegiate career.
Yeah, Rashid's a great player and a great person, and like you said, he continues to get better every game, and will continue to get better, but his effort and his energy and his activity tonight were tremendous, and I don't think this will be the last time you talk about that stat line for him this season.
I definitely agree. I think this will be the first of many times we talk to Rashid Kuda after a Raven game, and we're hoping this is the only one after a Raven loss, Coach.
Absolutely.
Coach Jordan Bailey, good enough to join us here on the Red Raven Coaches Show. Coach, thank you so much. Let's take a 60-second timeout. We'll talk to the big man, Rashid Kuda, on the other side here on the Red Raven Postgame Show. Show here on US 98 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Shane Chris Freund alongside with you, and we're now joined by the US 98 player of the game, Rashid Kuda. Rashid, huge night for you, 26 points, 7 rebounds, didn't miss a shot. I know, obviously, when you lose a game by 3 points, probably doesn't feel as good.
Yeah.
But what was working so well for you, especially in that second half, where it really felt like this offense really leaned on you to score points?
Second half, first half I was aggressive, but it wasn't that much, so I gotta help because our shot was not falling, so I gotta bring the inside presence a lot. So second half I decided to go more aggressive, more physical.
And Rashid, something that this team did really well tonight, you as well as guys like Relia, as well as guys like Charles and Daniel, did a great job slowing down Buddy Hammer Jr. He's been one of the best forwards in the country so far this year. Held him to just 3 points. What was the game plan for trying to slow him down defensively, and what do you think worked against a guy that's very talented like Buddy Hammer?
I didn't really scout him like that because he's same height as me, 6'7", and we all play inside, and he likes to spin baseline, and that's my game too. So I understand that kind of footwork, and we talk about that in the locker room, so it was easy to stop him.
Great stuff. Rashid Kuda joining us here on the Red Raven postgame show, and we talked about it a little bit with Coach. Couple close losses to ranked teams. What's the feeling amongst you and your teammates right now, where obviously you'd love to have won those games, you'd love to be 4-1 or 5-0 right now, but after this, and I know you weren't here last year, but I'm sure it's been talked about, the year that this team had last year, the struggles that they had, and now being 5 games into the year and feeling like you can compete with anybody in the country, anybody in the conference. Is there almost confidence that you guys are playing so well in these ranked games early in the season?
We played in the Jamboree when we went to Texas, Oklahoma. We saw a lot of tough teams, and we discussed about it, this how the season is gonna be. So we were a little prepared for that.
And Rashid. I was thinking about Daniel there,
You're
but
good.
Rashid, last thing I have for you, you're going to start Jayhawk conference play coming up on Thursday. Go on the road, and it's the toughest. You get to go on the toughest road trip to start the season out to Goodland and then to Colby. But a chance to get back in the win column, a chance to start off conference play with a 2-0 start. What do you guys have to do? Obviously, I know you don't have a ton of scouting on them yet, but what do you have to do as a team, as the Red Ravens, to go out on the road and bounce back this coming up week?
For now, our shot is not falling, and our defense is pretty good, but we gotta be more aggressive and start hitting more shots. When we have a game where we hitting more shots, we're gonna be good. Today we didn't shoot a lot, but we're gonna be good.
I completely agree. Rashid Kuda, 26 points, 7 rebounds, our US 98 player of the game, good enough to join us here on the Red Raven postgame show. Rashid, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to watching you all season long, and I know Raven fans enjoy watching you play.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it, and thank you to Ulysses back in the studio. Thank you to Blaine. Thank you to Andrew. We got a lot of people. I'd be here all night thanking everybody. So I'm Shane Neal saying so long here from Nellis Hall. Ravens come up short. They're 3-2. Conference play coming up this week against Fort Hays Tech and Colby. Let's send it back to the music here on US 98. Good night here from Nellis Hall.
Comforting with help from Derailed Commodity. Update your flooring with the area's largest selection of in-stock